We don't have to be here. We don't have to be here. We have all the money. We're here to buy and sell AWF. We have all the money back from a successful tour of Japan. Sabu and Sheik destroyed every wrestler in Japan. Destroyed Seda Tsushio needed to the hospital. Sabu, like 2 Jushin Ligers, 3 Keiichi Mutos. Look at my Sabu. Destroying, just taking apart this bum. Who is this guy? Where'd you scrape this guy up from? Look at the noble Sabu. Pinpoint execution. Fantastic. Get him, Sabu. Yeller. Yeller. What's this? The AWF said they barred the Sheik. There is no one that can stop our money, our attorneys. The Sheik is here despite the AWF Board of Governors trying to stop him. No one will stop the Sheik from being at ringside, the noble Sheik. Another victory for Sabu. Once again, my Desert Foxes have destroyed AWF nobody. I told you, I warned you, there was no way that you could stop the noble Sheik, who knows more about wrestling than any of these guys here. Sabu, the master of execution. Look at him, I can't even stop these guys, and I certainly can't stop the Sheik from being here. No one will stop the noble Sheik, the United States champion, longer than any human being. And Sabu, he's got to be the AWF champion, right? What do you think? AWF champion Sabu. U.S. champion Sheik, we control all the titles in the AWF. And there is no way. You won't stop us. Nobody will. I can't even control them. The noble Sheik, he doesn't even have to be here. He didn't have to come here. He takes great pride in destroying, in pinpointing, in tearing up my $50 tie. It means nothing. It means nothing. It means nothing to us. We have so much money from Syria. It isn't even funny. And of course, Syria rules the world. The whole Arab nation rules the world. And my Arabian Nights will rule the AWF just as well. The AWF champion Sabu, the United States champion Sheik, the noble Sheik, often imitated, never duplicated. He's the one and only, needing no introduction, the Sheik. Wrestling fans from the House of Dean in England, His Royal Highness himself, this is exotic Adrian Street. And Adrian Street is accompanied by the lovely Miss Linda.
And behind my back, I can crush you till the telephone begin to crack. I eat a T-bone for my early morning.
He actually deserves to, and I think I'd get out of character.
We'll just go from there.
Have you ever been over to Japan?
No. I don't have time to take a boat, and I ain't gonna ride a plane that long. Yeah, Mike Lano booked me there once. Dumb shit. What an idiot Mike Lano is. Has anybody realized that Mike Lano is just out in the goddamn woods somewhere? He is a lost baseball, and there's high weeds all around him, and he's screaming, "Find me! Find me!" He's a nut. Well, I don't ever see anybody at print come out and be honest and just state the obvious. Mike Lano is a psychological nut. You know, I mean, I don't know any other way to say it.
On Ron's car, Paul State Dash, we had some lucha guys there, and Mike Lano just took it upon himself to grab two total marks out of the audience, two women. They were dressed in jeans, all, slobbed out. Brought them in the back where everybody was standing behind the curtain, and decided to be escorts for these lucha guys.
I went to Gordon Scazzari's TV taping, and Mike Lano, I've looked at, and there was Mike Lano managing the Sheik and Sabu out there at ringside wearing a turban. And it came back and was trying to book the TVs, and then went back out after he'd managed with the turban, went back out and was taking pictures. Mike Lano is a nut. Mike Lano booked me in Japan one time, and I didn't even know it. I got a letter from the fucking guy that was running that, what was it? What group was it? The Universal group? Mr. Cornette from Shinma, right? Thank you for your letter, for your recent inquiry. We would love to have you come to Japan. And then Wally Yamaguchi calls me up. He says, now, we need to work out dates. I said, Wally, good. I'm glad you called. Here's the deal. You've been hornswoggled. I didn't write a letter. I love you guys. I don't want to come. Mike Lano wrote the letter. Lano was talking to me in Philadelphia saying, you got to go to Japan. Mike, I don't want to go to Japan. You got to go to Japan. Mike, I don't want to go to Japan. Oh, well, they'd be interested in you. So then he says, you could book. I am going to book a group consisted of a bunch of Mexicans in Japan. I don't speak Japanese. I don't speak Mexican. I don't want to fucking go anyway. And I'm going to manage a bunch of Mexicans in Japan, or a book of, but anyway, so he's a nut.
We have signs outside our show that said Mike Lano was this event. We hung them all over the front of the building.
Has anybody gotten any tapes from him in the mail?
Yeah. Personally.
Okay, let me ask you a question. When you put those tapes in the machine and look at them, does it look to you like your 4-year-old child has dubbed them, not knowing how to work all the buttons? Is it just stop in the middle and then start back at the beginning and just, when you read the letters that he writes, or the columns that he writes, or the ramblings that he writes, does any of this make any sense, or does it look like Larry King on LSD? The colors, man, they were great, I don't understand what the fuck he's even saying.
His sidekick Barnett is tough.
Yeah, and then he writes these quotes from these guys that he supposedly talked to, and sometimes, like when you know one of the guys that he talked to, and you know that the fucking guy didn't say that shit. You know that the fucking guy was in actuality saying, get away from me. And the guy always talks exactly like Mike writes in quotes, and always agrees with Mike's opinion. So I don't, he's a nut. I'm sorry. He's a fucking nut. I think he's on the gas here. Would you let him work on your teeth? Anybody here? Raise your hand.
Marty. Come on, Marty can't get any work. We can do it, Marty. I can set it up for you, Marty. Yeah.
Who would let him in their mouth with a fucking sharp object? No, he didn't.
No, he just
Marty
my
wants to
teeth,
use them
and
like
the
a
whole
sweet
time he was trying to look down my top, and I split.
Well, you sent me a tape of him working on
And I
Cactus
still
Jack's
didn't
teeth, which is, real ethical in the...
Yeah, well, there you go.
Everybody's teeth.
Here,
She's got rotten teeth, but his,
yeah, Cactus. This motherfucker doesn't mind diving off a cliff, and his dentist of choice is Mike. He gives not a fuck about his own body. So of course he's going to go to put his hands in the care of,
He has some interesting stories.
Mike Lano had a special presentation and he's gone, so, can someone like find him? Sorry, Mike.
He's pretty cute.
I know he ain't out there buying people drinks. Where the hell's he at? 4. Lano! All right, we'll give him 10 seconds. Can somebody try to like find him? Sorry, Mike. I'm going to turn it back over to Bill after. I personally want to thank everybody for coming. A lot of my guys that wrestle for me are here tonight. A lot of guys that work for me, and I'm really proud of every one of you for coming and supporting this. We got a lot of great stars out there that work for the National Wrestling Alliance, and you know, I keep kissing Jimmy's ass like he won't do me soon. Anyway, I heard he is. That's all right, Mike. I want you to build sometime tonight.
Like Christine Watt.
Yeah, whatever. Dr. Mike Lano-A, the field photographer.
I'd like to say something too about somebody that I don't know if she's been honored yet, but I know she means a lot to Jim Cornette, Don Leibel, and many of us. And that's Katie Glass. Diamond Well, will you stand up? One of the great smaller stars of all time. She was big in our lives. I'll be real brief. A gentleman I haven't seen who brought a lot of us together out here, and Dennis back in '91 was the one that put us all together. Brought Brian Hildebrand and Jim Cornette, many of us, Eddie of course, and that was Tom Robinson. And I think Dennis, you should be congratulated for that. The Tom Robinson benefit several years ago. The gentleman what a big hand for Dennis. The gentleman I'm here to honor is just one of many people who has touched so much of us, for so many of us over the years, and heightened the business with his class, his dignity, his grace in the ring, his courage as champion. For those of you that follow this Japanese stuff, there wouldn't be a Japan without the Funk family and without this gentleman I'm about to present a plaque here. And he's still vitally involved, as Jim Cornette pointed out, with training some of the WWF talent. And well, I'd like to play something. A man who I wanted to be here, many of you may not know, but Jim Cornette, people like that will. That's Dick Steinborn, who was also second generation, like many of the people that we honor here tonight. And he was the only man ever to fool world champion. And this is what, he couldn't be here, but he recorded this. He was going to try to be here. I'm going to play this quickly for you. Anyway, in essence, I'll tell you the story.
You never
You're not telling the story unless you can mimic his voice exactly.
We want some documentation to back it up.
No, it's not like shooting flowers outside of a funeral and getting with the crowd for it. Dick Steinborn called in 1971-72. He called Dory Jr. when he was working in Japan. He called him right at the Ginza Tokyo Hotel, and he said to the operator, "This is Jim Barnett. I want you to put me person to Dory." He proceeded to work Dory for a while. Dory totally believed it was Dick Steinborn. I'm going to play this tape by hook or crook tonight at the video parlor, so you want to be there. And he goes on and on, and he goes, "You know, darling, I've never slept with a world champion. Will you sleep with me?" And Dory bought it, and he goes, "Dick, what the fuck's wrong with you?" So Dory Funk Jr., class in the business, perhaps, and everybody here, Nick Bockwinkel, the rest of you guys. Dory Jr., one of the greatest wrestlers of this century. For a lifetime of excellence, I'd like to present this to Dory Funk Jr., NWA World Champion.
I gotta say, this has been a real surprise for me, and I'd like to thank everybody involved, and especially I'd like to echo the words of Brian Hildebrand and make sure that you people understand and make sure that you people know that we thank you for your participation. You wrestling fans are the ones that are the reasons for every one of us sitting up here at this table, and many of us out among you. It's the wrestling fans that are good to this business. They make this business go. They support us, and I think you all should just stand up and give yourselves a big hand.
Also, the great plaques were made tonight by the Beltster himself, Joe Marshall. Get his address, if you want a belt. Also, next year, if you want to put yourself over like Mike Lano, just bring a plaque. At this time, I'd like to turn it over to Bill Rodford. Mike, you broke it again. That's $40.
The feel-good movie of the season, Hook, the continuing saga of the little boy who never grew up, David Meltzer, starring Jim Hurd as Yogi Bear, Jack Petrick as Fred Flintstone, and Virgil Runnels as Snagglepuss, the bad guys. Robin Williams as David Meltzer, and Boomer as Dada the dog. Will Hurd, Petrick, and Runnels get the hook? Write directly to Ted Turner at WCW to find out. The best, yeah. David Meltzer. I hate the sheets. Wait a minute. Bear this, I like it. The bad guys. Robin Williams is David Meltzer, and Boomer is Dada the dog. Will Hurd, Petrick, and Runnels get the hook?
Of my life, how many times do I have to nag you to pick up your room? Do you want Chinese again tonight, David? And grapefruit juice? Only if you clean up this mess.
Arg! Wait a minute. Bear this, I like it. Oh, darn it. A mess.
Oy vey, sneered David. Joy of my life, how many times do I have to nag you to pick up your room? Do you want Chinese again tonight, David? And grapefruit juice? Only if you clean up this mess.
And wrestling fans, if you're unhappy with WCW's product or the fact that Missy Hyatt and Lady Blossom did not get their contracts renewed, write to World Championship Wrestling in care of Ted Turner at this address and telephone. Let him know how you feel and that you heard it here first. Let him know how you feel and that you heard it here first. Wrestling fans, that was our homage to Dave Meltzer. We didn't plan for that to be mean in any way, and of course,
Yes, we did.
every Sheetster's favorite, the photo we spared, was Medusa and Owen Hart.
Pleasure to introduce to the fans here something, or someone rather, who has become known as, well, even more than an icon. This is a man who has managed to make his way into the wrestling business and has gone to beyond superstardom. I first met this man several years ago as he scalped me a ticket for WCW, half price in San Jose. And I learned about its amazing cable access network, more namely known as Canvas Cavity. This man is not only a legend, but he has produced more stories and interviews, each and every one of them true, by the way. This man single-handedly booked Jim Cornette and the Midnight Express on a tour of Japan. This man the event that we still are talking about and most definitely are hearing about, the Sam Munchnick Roast. This man is responsible for the careers of men like Sabu, Terry Funk, Abdullah the Butcher. He is responsible for the success of Extreme Championship Wrestling, as well as FNW Wrestling. He is the man who, well, why not just bring him on out here so he can have a few words for the fans, because words just cannot do him justice. The man who will break your teeth out just so he can work on them. With his legendary Halliburton and his bag full of gimmicks. This is the man who inspired Dave Meltzer with his John Cone Fans Club newsletter. He inspired Dave Meltzer to start the Wrestling Observer newsletter. This is Dr. Mike Lano-A. Let's hear for Dr. Lano-A.
No, actually, I was tonight's warm-up act, and fortunately, the sort of talent that I booked didn't show. This is mostly the outfit I'd be wearing, and it was Gordon Scazzari against Deuce Michelli, 98-pound Gordon Scazzari in that shoe. A lot of you guys, you know, I apologize. All these months of Gym Wars, you're wondering who is that big fat ass in front of me when I'm trying to watch the matches, who's getting in my way, and for that I apologize. And I'm going to be rambling a little bit because that's my style. Shades of Cornelius Brothers and Sister Rose. That's too lame even for me. But anyway, my name is Mike Gag Order Lano. I've been a wrestling photojournalist since 1966. I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to prove it to you tonight. Gag Order. Tiger, come on, everybody. Well, in fact, tonight I'm going to be APW's Carrot Top. I've got a lot of props, a lot of things. If you take a look at my briefcase, you're going to see, and I want to share some of this knowledge with you to make you guys better wrestling fans. If you look at this, you're going to see somewhere under a Mid-South wrestling sticker right there. Mid-South wrestling sticker. I've been to Japan quite a few times. Anyway, let me get right into it because my segment here. In fact, I want to explain what this is. I was just back in Amarillo. One of the hottest. It was the Terry Funk 50th anniversary show, September 11th. We had it all over AOL. And I was getting shit on the internet because it was so goddamn hot. We had towels around ourselves. That's what this is about. Anyway, it's news time. I want to get you guys, I want you to know what's the latest going on here. Latest WWF going. There is a tag team series. Where's that camera? There's a tag team series. Jax is putting out his plug time. Jax, get out there. Wait till you see the underpants on the headbangers. Put that down, Ron. You know, Ron, we got to tell your tailor and your writer, your goddamn material doesn't fit. Now, another new toy from Jax. Lil Penny. Get up there, Mr. Lil Penny doll. Actually, serious. Let me be serious for just a second. Terry Funk said he's going to be, actually he's not going to be making up any more shirts. No programs. It's very special. Just for the fans who attended. And also, as I do each and every week on the internet, the latest Japanese magazines, these were just produced yesterday. They just came out of Tokyo yesterday. At Sushi Onita, Terry Funk was there. In fact, I talked to Terry Funk Wednesday about it. Well, I'm not going to name drop. I do too much of that anyway. But Terry Funk was pretty tired. Sabu, hey, I'm not going to name drop. I try to do a lot for wrestling. I've had a lot of guys in the office. In fact, I want to salute some friends over here. I call them my pink poodle posse right here. These guys were there for me. I can't think of enough. Rock and Heckler, they were there for me. They were there ready for the Janet Jameson. We were supposed to go that Saturday, but they were there. We wasted time. We did nothing. We didn't even get the Rey Mysterio Jr. thing. And then the next day, Sunday, we went to the entire nothing. In St. Thomas, we got nothing. We want action! You're gonna get it. You want some action? Let's stay serious for a second here. I want you guys to know what it is that I've done. Besides having a radio show, being involved in radio, putting over APW, you know, I got a lot of shit on the internet. For of all things, we didn't even bother Roland. He went and posted. It was ridiculous. I don't even know. This guy on the internet was accusing me of not paying to being let into the ECW Terry Funk dinner the night before the ECW Hardcore Heaven, or the, what was it? It was the pay-per-view in April. And the goddamn guy accused me, after all I've done for wrestling, here at APW, I'm sure I've given $1,000 worth of pictures. I love it. This is the goddamn check for the ECW Terry Funk dinner. It was cash. But anyway, I've been out here doing a lot for ECW. I helped get them on Channel 30, done a lot for them here, and I'd like to do that. You know, I'm no mole, but I would like to do that. I was involved in the Robert Thompson, Taz, ECW talks and all that. Again, I'm no mole, but I want to see this kind of stuff, the people talking about APW the way they do about ECW. And you guys, I can get you educated. Get you up? You're going to do it for us, because you guys are what makes APW strong. Am I not talking loud enough? We fight instead of talk! Yes, sir! You know, because I'm doing this, and because I do it just the way I do in the internet or my TV show, put that down. I've got a lot of notes, you know, I need an assistant. Where is she? Well, I need an assistant at Girl Friday. A lap dancing assistant. Is Medusa doing anything right now? Again, I don't want to name drop, but I talked to Terry Funk, and he said Rob Feinstein has absolutely nothing to do. He's not selling any of his tapes. ECW's putting out. Do not buy Rob Feinstein's Terry Funk tape, because it has nothing to do with anything. I want my spot back on AOL's grandstand. I want my folder back. I don't need my liver spot, my ball spot, my snot spot, my pin spot, my quotation speed spot, or my burn spot. Actually, I need my spot, my folder. I want it back. And as Rock and Gabe so eloquently put it, a coward and a phony on-screen name equals false cowardice courage. Hold on, Ed. This was just facts to me. You know, Michael K., that's Michael K., who's known as Klepto on the grandstand on AOL, worked so long, so hard to steal my folder, and now he's got it. I'm off, or I'm hidden. I don't know what the hell was going on. It's a great folder. You know, that's a great folder. Hey, I've been doing it longer than anybody else, 3.5 years. You know what the East Coast fans call this guy? They call him Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester. A folder for fucking Fester? Here's a guy constantly causing fights, picking fights with nice young kids like Joey Asil, Gabe, Brock. Anyway. I just got started. One thing that got me in a bit of trouble here, and I'll admit when I'm wrong at times. I was completely wrong about this gentleman here, and I apologize to all of you APW fans. I was completely wrong. Yes, isn't that a Janet Jameson t-shirt there? I was completely wrong. If anybody wants a couple of copies of Wrestling Reality, please ask me before I leave.
We gotta move on.
We're going to go down. I've got my own in deference to APW sign boy who started this whole area right here, and hopefully he'll be back. Let me read you the signs. I didn't have enough money because I got to pay, you know, everything I got is going towards attorneys right now. But I have some cards here. You know, I miss APW Granny.
Charge it.
I think I see her, but I guess I don't see her over there. Some of the signs I have here, Wrestling's Mark Albert Triangle, Kurt White, Autograph, and T.C. Martin. Bring back APW and Steinboy. Real wrestling is modest. I'll shut up in a second. Shooter O'Grady versus Shooter Jones. Bowling. Make it happen. Beautiful locations. Lady Brenda. Leather suits you. And Murray. What's this on the back? APW, the only place to see Jushin, Thunder Liger, and Neil Osprey on one big show. We gotta go, Mike. You're an idiot. Get out of here. Don't give him back the microphone. Mike, we're very honored. We're very honored, extremely privileged, and Winnipeg. We're so pleased to have you here to expand upon the virtues of Tim and Cavity, the legendary dentist, who very selflessly cleaned the home of the NWA president, Dennis Coraluzzo, in the middle of the night. Didn't ask for a penny past his first grapefruit. We salute you, Dr. Mike. We want to thank you for helping us become what we have become. Unfortunately, it's not me. I can listen to this all night. Honestly, it's not me. It's getting late, Mike. Let's hear it, everybody, for one of the greatest name droppers ever of all time. One of the true wrestling historian, icon, legend.
Lano. Mr. Capelli, since when is Mike Lano a member of the Cash Money Boys? Listen up, meatball. Big Mike Lano is getting the chance of a lifetime, one and only, to be a member of the elite, the one and the only, the Cash Money Boys.
Chapter 2 opens with a new, thin, and improved Mike Lano being a Cash Money Boy for one evening when he tagged up with Knuckles Nelson against the Doinks.
They just didn't get along from the beginning. The dressing room, they had problems. The match, they had problems. And you can see what happened. The Doinks won.
The Doinks won, pinning another clown, Mike Lano, and Knuckles.
Listen to this. Ow. Ow, indeed. Little boot. Another one, the stomp, and look at this, the dynamic duo going to work on Mike Lano.
I say that Mike Lano, one more time. Oh,
it may have been the worst of all.
He was thrown out of the Cash Money Boys after this night, and look at this, foreshadowing the future right here. Mike Lano being DDT'd by a future member of the Brotherhood, but then only a few short weeks later, he tagged up with the Pink Assassin and his late brother, Big Dick Lano, and Mike Lano had a cockier attitude, as you can see right here, as he took on the then World's Heavyweight Champion in a six-man tag.
Six-man tag,
Big Steamboat. Knuckles Nelson almost destroyed him in the thing we saw earlier, but now new and improved and using
and he's working. Look at him. He's got a nerve hold there.
He's got a nerve hold on him.
It's a submission hold. Big Steamboat could have given up.
Could have given up. Oh, my God.
Wow, look at that elbow. And again, Dusty Rhodes, look out.
Dusty Rhodes eats your heart out. Oh, and a knee lift, and down goes the superstar, as he was known at this point. The superstar, Mike Lano.
Well, he had lost about, what, 200 pounds at least?
200 pounds. He was a part of a six-man combination that was surprisingly successful.
It was. I couldn't believe how much success they had.
And you can see how much ring improvement Lano has. Watch this. He outsmarted Vic Steamboat.
Unbelievable.
Jeepers creepers. And this was when Mike Lano gave up being a professional wrestler.
This was a downgrade in his career, and I think even in the back of his mind, he realized that.
He became the production assistant for GQ John Rodeo. Unbelievable. That didn't last too long. And Chapter 2 of the career of Michael Lano concludes. He was the production assistant, but he had bigger plans. Good.
Now, would you say second floor? Are you sure? Cornet, get it straight. I'm not going to spell it for you. I'm the champ. I don't have to spell it for you. Second floor, right. Thanks, bye. What the hell are you doing, Nikolai?
What's up, Mike?
You know something? Wait. This might be a great advantage. TV coverage, wonder why? Because I'm the champ. So let me just have you follow me around here in this luxury spacious hotel, and basically I'll just tell you how things work. You see, let me share a little secret with you. You know, even though I am the champion, I still need somebody to represent me. I still need somebody that has the gift of gab, that could book me from here to there to all over the place. And that one person, even though we had our differences, but for some reason I have faith in him, is Mr. James E. Cornette. And that's what my mission is here tonight.
He's upstairs, Mike.
I already heard that. Second floor, I'm gonna go up, I'm gonna find Mr. Cornette, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this, and me and him have a little talk here and there.
Okay, I'll follow you, I guess.
You have to follow me, you have no choice.
Where's the belt? Where's the belt, champ?
Oh, the belt.
Where is it?
Well, it's up in my penthouse suite, getting buffed by the Lano-As.
Oh, that's nice.
You know, I mean, take a look around. This is the life of a champion in this sport. You know, I first came into this business about 5 years ago, and I basically had nothing, wore a mask, and got my butt whipped. But all of a sudden, turns out, Victoria Van Allen, he pulled the right strings. I had Dan Severn. I got the title.
All right, I'm going to take the elevator because I can't take those stairs.
I know you're afraid, you little wuss.
Someone else is trying to get in, too.
Is that right, Nikolai?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. We are here in Randolph, Massachusetts at the LIWA convention. The Fabulous Moolah, the great May...
Shut your hole about the fabulous whoever the hell she
Fabulous Moolah, the longest reigning champion in the history of our grand sport.
You want to know why? Because I'm Mike Lano and you're not.
Thankfully.
I came down here to find Jim Cornette, and let me tell you something. I'll search high and low to find that boy because I want him to represent the NWA Real World Champion. You see, I don't got my belt right now. It's upstairs being polished off by the one and only, the Lanomania. But let's come down straight to business. You talk a lot of trash. I personally don't like you. You deserve on some damn radio station. Wait, but you are on the radio station. You have the great face for it anyways. But personally, all kidding aside, tonight, I'm going to find you, Cornette, and we're going to do what I want to do.
Well, I don't think you have to look that far. Isn't that Jim Cornette back there, Mike Lano? If you're the NWA heavyweight champion, you would know what Jim Cornette looks like. All right, Nikolai.
He's going backstage. We're going to try to
All right, Nikolai, why don't we follow him, see if we can find him. Who knows what's going to happen? Mike Lano is going to be off looking for Jim Cornette. We'll see what happens, and we've got some exciting action happening here. It's Jeff Cass for NWA New England, Mass Madness.
I think he went that way in that room.
All right, let's take a look.
You better go find him.
All right, well, I'm telling you, Mike, I think that I heard that he was back. I heard that he was back here. Why would I fool with you?
I got chance.
I know, you're the NWA heavyweight champion of the world. Dan Severn don't mean nothing. Yeah, I know it.
Jeff, how you doing?
Is he here, Nikolai?
Back here.
All right, you know, we're at the LIWA convention at Lombardo's in Randolph on the South Shore here in beautiful Boston, Massachusetts. Been an exciting night of action. Unbelievable action, as a matter of fact. And, there we go. Look at that. Jim Cornette trying to sneak out with another tray of snacky bits.
I was not. I was taking this to the girls.
The girls are not hungry. The girls have had enough of you this evening.
They've had a, look, you've spilled crackers. They've had a hard night of action and they wanted some food. I was not stealing this.
Really? How many are in your pockets?
Huh?
None.
Wait, leave me alone. What do you want?
Well, all I know
What do you always find me?
Because I follow the trail of crackers. Take a look at this. You're a slob, for God's sake.
That's your fault.
It's not my fault.
You know who this is?
It's
This
Jim
is
Cornette.
James E. Cornette.
Thank you.
Not Jim Cornette.
Yeah.
James E. Cornette.
Yeah.
Manager of champions. Midnight Express.
Well, yeah, I get it.
Bulldog Owen. The whole 9 yards.
Yokozuna.
Exactly.
Jim, I don't know if you've been properly introduced. That's Mike Lano.
Mike Lano.
Yeah. Mike Lano.
Old Mike Lano.
How you doing?
NWA World
That name seems familiar.
NWA
I think I've heard of you.
Did you?
Yes. Didn't you used to work on people's teeth out in San Francisco on Haight Street?
Not that I can recall.
Ah, it must have been another guy. But anyway, why is it every time that you show up is some disaster or some miserable point in my life? Huh?
Well, it's only a miserable point when you look at it from your little life. I gotta tell you, it's a ray of sunshine for the rest of us when something bad happens. Or not even bad, just something, minor happens to Jim Cornette. This is an exciting evening. Now, Mike Lano has been running around. I don't know if you're familiar with this Jim Cornette. He claims that he is the real NWA heavyweight champion of the world. And as much as I dislike everything about you from top to bottom and side to side, you are Mr. NWA. You would know better than anyone else. All right?
Okay, let me ask you a couple of questions, pal. If you're the real NWA World Heavyweight Champion, then of course you know all about NWA history.
Yes, I do.
Who did Frank defeat for the World Heavyweight Championship in 1905?
Good question.
Not you. I'm talking to Lano.
That's a very good question.
Come on, come on.
I got the belt. Dory Funk Jr.
Wrong. George Hackenschmidt. Okay, you know. Yeah, thank you. You know all about NWA history, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, who were the founding fathers of the NWA in 1948 when they were incorporated under an old, obscure Iowa corporation law? Who were the original promoters of the NWA?
Another excellent question.
Jim Crockett.
No, you buffoon. Pinky George of Des Moines, okay? Joe Stecker of Minneapolis, Orville Brown of Kansas City, Sam Muchnick of St. Louis, and a couple other guys.
A couple other guys, but
Yeah.
you know who those couple other guys are.
Yeah, give me a minute, I'll think of it, but don't worry about that. Don't obscure the issue with facts.
But I'm the champ.
Let me ask you a question. What?
Could I ask one question?
Sure
At this
you
point? He is allegedly the NWA heavyweight champion of the world. Here's one I would suggest you ask him, and that is just where the belt is.
Where's the belt?
Where's the belt?
Upstairs in the penthouse.
Why is the
getting
belt
buffed
upstairs?
By the Lano-As.
Upstairs in the penthouse. Well, let me tell you something, pal. From what I understand about you, your belt may be upstairs in the penthouse, but you spend most of your time in the outhouse, and I think you better get back there real quick because I got a bone to pick with you about what you were saying about me on the radio the other day. Now come over here.
All right, fine. I'll walk.
Hold on, I'll be right there.
All right, fine. We'll go over here again. There's all sorts of exciting stuff here. There's a big banquet. There's a banquet tomorrow night. You have to eat all the time.
This is just the last me till tomorrow night.
God's
Now
sakes.
let me ask you a
Yeah,
couple.
I'm asking. Yeah, go right
Now,
ahead. What do you want to know?
What is this stuff about me and farm animals? Now I'm
What do you
sitting
think
down-
you're walking away the champion? Huh? You hear me down there? It was George Schmidt, whatever the hell his damn name is. I know who the person was. Just because you're Jim Cornette, manager of champions, doesn't mean you're anything. You wanna know why? Because I'm the NWA new champion, and because I'm Mike Lano, and you're not.
I'll kill you, Mike. You're the one I want. You're the one I want. Get up here so you knock it down. Get up. So you're the champ, huh? You're the champ, right? Are you the champ? One more little touchy. Come here.
Oh, don't. Hey, don't come near me.
There's one more. Look at
Back out.
him.
There's a plate there. Oh, no, you don't. You go right back out there. I'm not touching you.
One more goodnight kiss. Goodnight, everybody.
Oh.
That's the way to do it. That's it. That's the way to do it. That's it.
I don't know what else to say. The fabulous Moolah, the great Mae Young, and that, of course, just...
The one and only
I'll
great
go.
Mae Young.
Mike Lano.
How you doing, Mike? You want to lie one more time? Oh, boy.